Alright, today's video will be new seasons. I've dropped, I think, one or two of these different ones, but as many of you may know, spring is finally here. It is damp, but as you can tell, gorgeous blue sky, aside from a little bit of clouds, you see. The sun just went behind the clouds, but it is beautiful out, and summer is coming in about another 23 days, I think, from here. Because it's 29th. Yeah, I think it's 23 days. Yeah. 23 days. I think the 21st of June is the first day of summer. Anyways, it's coming. Now, for Christians, we will go through seasons of life. And in our walk, different things like there will be a season of growing. That's where you just slingshot ahead. You're just amazed at the knowledge you're gaining. You're just reading the Bible. You're just getting this understanding and revelation, and you're building a knowledge. Then there's going to be a season where you multiply, where whatever you do multiplies. It'll be a plentiful year, such as if you have a garden or you have an orchard. You will take care of it, and you'll have a season or two of where it's really good crops. And then you'll have a season of financial security where you're just making money, where everything's just coming together, and you are just, more than you know what to do with. And then there's the seasons of bad. You can go through a season of sickness where you're sick for some amount of time. Now, it doesn't say how long a season is. Season here is usually 3 months. Usually is summer. It's usually 3 months or so, but it doesn't say in the Bible an exact time frame. But you'll go through a season of sickness. It may be financial hardships. You may have just gotten married, and you may, be great the first year or two with your wife, and then you hit a rut. You have a kid, and then you end up just financial stuff happens. There's going to be seasons of it, but you stick through it, cling closer to God, and there's always good seasons. I'll outline what happened in the Bible. As part of this is, I believe it was Joseph. He could interpret dreams, as we know. And when he was in jail, the cupbearer of the king, this is way ahead in the story, but remembered him and said there was a guy that could interpret dreams. So the king at the time had a dream of 7 fat cows that were eaten by 7 skinny cows. And that was foretelling of a coming famine. There'll be 7 years of plenty, and then there will be 7 years of famine. Much like our life in the Christian walk, you will have seasons of plenty. You will be plentiful like the 7 cows. And then other times you will get the 7 skinny cows. You will have a stretch where you are barely making it. And these are the trials and tribulations that you'll be tested with. Okay? It's only going to get worse and worse, and you can see the way the world's going, the cost of everything's going up. Groceries, bills, electrical utilities, you name it, is going up, and there are a lot of people that are financially struggling. These are the trials and tribulations. You can choose to do a few things when you're going through these trials. One, bug in my eye. Like I said, enemy, prince of the air, Satan, attacking me with bugs. Anyways, the first one you can do is you can just get depressed, give up, turn to drinking or drugs or corn, be miserable. Another thing you can do is you can leave your family, just go off, say I'm done, leave your wife, leave your kids just off somewhere, or she could leave you through the hard times. And then there's the best choice to make is you grow closer to God. You cling to God and His promises. Read the Bible. There are promises. It says Jesus takes care of the trees. He takes care of the birds. The birds don't worry where the next meals come from because God feeds them. And it says if He loves the sparrows this much, how much more will He provide for you? Look at the flowers, it says. Jesus dressed them in amazing garbs that are even better than what Solomon and royalty wore. Like that bumblebee there. See him? You think he worries? You think he's full of worry? No, he was created by God. He has a job. Collect pollen, take it back to the nest, feed the others. That's his job. He doesn't get depressed. You see? It's because it's a task. So you have to choose to move closer to God in these times. That's why through trials, if you read the Bible, that's why he gave it to us. It is such a comfort to us to have it, because you can look at his promises in the Bible. He will never leave you nor forsake you. He will always provide. Now, does that mean you may be financially rich? No. But do you have a house? Okay, do you make enough money to pay your bills? Do you have stuff to eat? Are your children fed? If you've answered yes, God is providing. You see? You may not be rich, but you have what you need. And then there's an even smaller bee. See? Little bumblebee. I like insects. Yeah, actually, just having them. I love seeing the bees. Anyways, and like that, you have to grow closer to God. And that's what you do in these times. You can let the trials and hard times beat you, or you can let them toughen you. Grow closer to God, strengthen your faith. And then when the hard times come again, you're prepared for it, because you can look at the Bible, the promises, and say, I've been here before. God's carried me through it. I can get through this. And you'll find you'll be able to forge through, and the next thing that comes at you, you'll be ready for it, because you're walking with God and closer to him, and he will provide for you. He will provide everything you need. You're his child, and he loves you. He's not going to abandon you, and you have nothing. Okay? He will provide for you. You just have to ask him, and just pray, and just keep after it. Okay? Keep after him, and he will give you what you need. And like I said, you may not be rich. Okay? You may not be, a financial titan in the business industry, but you will have enough to keep your family going. You will have enough to keep your loved ones fed, to have your bills paid, to, have a house, have a vehicle. And all you have to do is just keep the faith. Read his promises, okay? And there's going to be seasons of hardships, but remember, there is always going to be a season of plentifulness, and he will multiply you, okay? So, save up in the good seasons, as Joseph did, for the bad seasons. Same with planting crops. You have good years, you have bad years. You make enough during the good years to keep you going through the bad years. And it's seasons. So just remember the promises of God, rely on them, and know that he has you, he loves you, and he will always provide for you. This has been A Voice in the Wilderness. Soldier, bond servant of Christ, signing off. Whenever you see this, have a blessed day or night. And I will stay safe in these dark and crazy times. And I will see you in the next one.